This is not just an old name from the Void Century. Joy Boy clearly represents something that still gets under Emu's skin. If Emu is already losing composure over Joy Boy, what happens when Emu sees a mural that may visually depict the very history Joy Boy came from?
It is interesting. It would be funny the reason why the mural has that lightning strike coming down on Yggdrasil is because Emu orders the Gorosei to bring like Uranus, like I've mentioned before, but he brings it to bring down the tree because of the mural.
We had a lot of conversation about the chapter today, and a lot of stuff came up, but something that I've been thinking about, I haven't seen anybody really bring up in the community. Basically, what happens if Emu sees the Elbaph mural? Because we're all focused on the important part of the chapter. Emu's here. The Great One has descended onto Elbaph. The final villain is finally moving in person. And right now, Emu is actively fighting against Loki. But sitting on this island is something that might just be as dangerous to Emu as Nika himself. The Elbaph mural. Just imagine his reaction to it. The world government already treats poneglyphs like nuclear weapons. Studying them is forbidden. Reading them is enough to get an entire island erased. Ohara was destroyed because the scholars learned the name of the ancient kingdom and too much. But poneglyphs have one major limitation. Almost nobody can read them. To most people, a poneglyph is just a mysterious stone covered in ancient writing. It may contain the truth, but that truth still needs someone like Robin to unlock it. The mural is different. The mural is a visual history. You don't need to understand an ancient language to understand the broad strokes of what it is showing. A world before this one. Gods at war, the enslaved praying, the sun god appearing, fire, death, darkness, and the promise of a new morning. That is dangerous. Because if a poneglyph is a locked vault of history, the Elbaph mural is history painted on the wall for anyone to see. And look at the timing. In this arc, Robin is finally reunited with Saul. That shouldn't be random. Robin is the last survivor of Ohara, reunited with the man who saved her life, on the very island that contains the world's most important surviving visual record of forbidden history. That screams like an Ohara parallel. Robin lost the Tree of Knowledge once. She watched history burn in front of her as a child, and now on Elbaph, she's standing near another priceless record of the past. But this time, she is not alone. This time, Saul is alive. This time, the Straw Hats are here with her. And this time, the Sun God and the Nidhogg are walking the same battlefield. And now add Emu into that. In chapter 1181, we see Emu react completely out of character. He's not calm, he's not composed, he's extremely angry at the thought of Joy Boy. Emu's hatred of Joy Boy seems personal. This is not some political enemy from 800 years ago. This is not just an old name from the Void Century. Joy Boy clearly represents something that still gets under Emu's skin. If Emu is already losing composure over Joy Boy, what happens when Emu sees a mural that may visually depict the very history Joy Boy came from? And here's another major detail. In his fight with Loki, Emu smiled at the thought of the Nidhogg returning. Because if the Nidhogg is connected to one of the figures of the mural, and then Emu already knows pieces of what this ancient history represents, and that mural must become so much more important. What happens when the person who eliminates history comes face to face with a picture of the history he erased? The mural does not just feel like a prophecy. It feels like a record of the past and a warning about the future at the same time. Emu may not know the mural is even on Elbaph, and he didn't come here for the mural itself. But Emu clearly recognizes ancient symbols, ancient names, and ancient forces connected to this conflict. So if Joy Boy and the Nidhogg is a part of the mural's imagery, and Emu screams in anger over one and smiles at the other's return, then the mural is not just an old legend. It is connected to living history. It is connected to the war that was never truly ended. Emu is not just fighting Luffy and Loki in the present. Emu, in his mind, is fighting the return of the past. For everyone else, the mural may look like mythology. For the giants, it may be a sacred history. For Robin, it may be a priceless clue to Void Century. But for Emu, it's a memory. The mural may show the first world, second world, and the third world. It may show the original conflict between the sun god, the earth god, and the forces that plunged the world into darkness. And if Emu lived through that past, then seeing the mural could trigger something that we may have never gotten before. Our first true glimpse of the Void Century. Not through a poneglyph, not through Vegapunk's broadcast, not through someone explaining history secondhand, but through Emu's perspective, remembering what really happened. Imagine the fight for Elbaph reaches the mural. Emu's already enraged. Loki's involved, the Nidhogg is being referenced, Robin and Saul are reunited, the Straw Hats are here, and then Emu sees it. For a moment, the mask slips. Because this is not just artwork, this is evidence. A visual record of the past Emu buried and the future Emu's trying to prevent. And once Emu realizes what the mural represents, I think he'll destroy it. Because That is what the world government does. O'Hara learned too much, so it burned. The Lucia had Sabo, who saw too much, so it needed to disappear. The Void Sentry was too dangerous, so it was erased. And the Elbaf Mural is seemingly the last surviving visual record of that forbidden history. That makes it even more dangerous than people realize. Like I said, a poneglyph needs a reader. The mural only needs witnesses. And it's terrifying when those witnesses include the Straw Hats, the Giants of Elbaf, Nico Robin, the final living reminder that O'Hara's will survive. This could be the moment where Robin almost loses history again. But like I said, the difference this time is she may get enough pieces, enough to understand why the world government buried the past, enough to realize that the mural is not just telling an old story. It is a warning about the future. It's exactly what Emu's trying to stop. The mural says the sun returns and brings a new morning. That is the future Emu fears. The return of Nika, the return of Joy Boy's will, the return of the Nidhogg, the return of the truth, the return of the dawn. So if Emu sees the mural, he may destroy it. But by then, it may already be too late. So I ask again, what happens when the king of the world sees the one picture that proves his kingdom was built on a lie? I am fascinated to find out. All right, so that's the first theory.
Yeah, I'm so fresh like the morning. Mouth wide open like they yawning. Every time they see me, they in G-Shock. Homie, this is too far. Homie, I feel too alive. You can see me like Illuminati. You can see me like Illuminati. But I'm shining so bright, so bright. Don't come and try to share some of this light now. Give me a beat and I control it like a maestro. Ladies on a mission, they be trying to get me wiped up. Shawty, wait a minute, can't tell if I like ya. Gotta make sure you know how to shake it like a bartender. Team with me and they all winners. And you know we ballin' all winner.
And then I created this image where it's Emu staring at the mural itself.
Wow, you should have sent it tomorrow.
I'll send. Oh yeah, I probably should have.
It is interesting. It would be funny the reason why the mural has that lightning strike coming down on Yggdrasil is because Emu orders the Gorosei to bring like Uranus, like I've mentioned before, but he brings it to bring down the tree because of the mural, and that's what happens. Proving the mural is actually happening in front of his face. And he's bringing it about no matter how much he's trying to change it.
You saying that he grabs Nidhogg?
No.
I'm sorry. Shoot. Okay.
Like Uranus comes through and it just rains down that lightning on Yggdrasil. The same way there's lightning coming down on Yggdrasil itself.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, that's where Really got such a great flashback. Because to me, it's like if Emu sees that,
We're
that
guaranteed a flashback.
Yeah, like it's almost an opening to it. He's gonna reflect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that too. I don't want it there because, like you said, I don't want the flashback to happen. But I actually would accept it if Oda does it the way Guild. Remember?
Oh, Guild to Sorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
like many quick flashback he had of certain events in his life that triggered it. Like it happened so fast, but it was so depth. You didn't get the whole story, but you got bits and pieces that gradually led to the end. Like if Oda does a quick like. Him just spazzing out a little bit of seeing that, but then he just cuts it off and just starts going crazy. I'll accept that, but not the whole. Like I don't
And
want
then
to
we get the full one later.
Yeah,
that'd
exactly.
be cool. But I definitely believe he will try to destroy or will destroy after he sees it. Because there's no reason for you to hold keep that there.
Do y'all think he sees it at all? Because I feel like that was my little minor pushback myself. Was like maybe he just doesn't ever see it.
I would want him to, but I don't think Oda's gonna let him see it.
Luffy probably gonna punch him into it.
That would be epic. That would be epic, man.
See your history.
The only issue I'm gonna have is that I really hope that Robin gets to see the mural. I think if Robin doesn't get to see the mural and then Frankie like does, then that's upsetting to me. If Frankie could somehow screenshot and then project what he saw, I would accept that. The same way we got the poneglyph rubbings and accepted that.
I thought that too. Like either he could screenshot it, or didn't he say that Frankie has a photographic memory?
Yeah, he does.
If he sees
Think
it,
you draw it?
Yeah, he could. He said he sees it because like the blueprints. The blueprints to Pluton.
Pluton.
Yeah, after like Frankie burned them, but he says all the blueprints, what he read, is all in here, so he could mimic it because he doesn't want.
That
to.
could very well be why Frankie was the one who saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, are we
hate
broadcasting that to the world then? Like, is Frankie?
He does it through his nipples. Because he has nipple lights. So he has nipple projectors.
The way he drops it,
He's like, Robin, look. It's like a photo.
it's like a water boy.
What's that thing called? Like a projector. There you go. You project.
or Vegabrook might help him do something like that. I don't know.
Lilith?
Yeah.
Could be.
Vegabrook didn't see the mural, right? We haven't seen. Well, we don't know if. I don't see how he wouldn't. But.
Listen, bro, if she don't read any of those Harley tags and she don't see any of the mural, bruh, this arc is going downhill, bro. I don't care how great Rocks is, bro. That's pissing me off.
right. Speaking of rocks, the next one is about Rocks and Roger.
Don't disrespect him.
It's not disrespectful.